What's up, everybody? This is DMac Wake back here for the Week 5 Power Rankings. Happy to dig into it. I had a few interesting games across the slate. Obviously, some interesting losses by some of the contenders that we had at the top of the league, at the top of the NFL, I should say. Last week specifically here, Lions assert their dominance versus the Bengals, still stay in the NFC elite tier. Eagles lost to the Broncos at home. They listened to the outside media. It's like, we need to throw the ball more with Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts has a solid game. Ultimately, doesn't hook up with A.J. Brown on that one long kind of route in which A.J. Brown stopped midway through as well. Ultimately, Broncos come all the way back and are able to get a win. As you see that they moved up a little bit as far as the playoff teams hunt, or playoff teams tier in the power rankings are concerned. Packers on a bye week. Rams disappointing loss versus the Niners. Especially at home to lose to Mac Jones in the way in which that Niners team was banged up. That's a tough loss for the Rams, so they moved to the back end of the NFC elite. As far as AFC contenders, Colts replacing the Chargers, who go from AFC contenders all the way down to in the hunt. The Joe Alt injury has piled up to the point in which their offensive line just cannot perform where it needs to for this offense to function. You saw the Commanders walk them down 27 straight points to ultimately win that game on the road as well. Colts destruction of the Raiders. Good job. Bills lose a game, a tough divisional game at home to the Patriots with a great Drake May performance. As you see, they moved up as far as the playoff teams tier is concerned. Chiefs go on the road, lose at Jacksonville, who I still think is a playoff team. Not a bad loss, but one ultimately the Chiefs needed to get, or I should say wanted to get, as far as where their season is looking at. 2-3 going up against the Lions next week is going to be tough for them. They're just trying to hold on to Rashee Rice's back. Defense has some serious issues. Offense, though, looking very good, even despite that Patrick Mahomes pick six. Buccaneers, really impressive win against the Seattle Seahawks on the road. Baker Mayfield was absolutely spectacular. Emeka Ibuka, there it is, consistently open. Easily the best rookie wide receiver to this point, has been awesome for the Buccaneers. Jaguars, like I said, home Monday Night Football, wearing those sweet throwback uniforms, get the big pick six, able to be able to make a little bit of a comeback versus the Chiefs after going down 14 early, and obviously making a big play. Trevor Lawrence, beautiful throw to Brian Thomas Jr. down the stretch. Travis Hunter had a spectacular catch. Wearing that pink October kind of accessories that I love to see as far as the old breast cancer awareness NFL slate is concerned. Wearing that pink out there, those accessories, those are sweet. So they stay in the playoff teams tier. Broncos, big win over the Eagles on the road. Got to give a lot of credit to them, as you had to give a lot of credit to the Niners. Awesome win for them. Mac Jones toughed it out, played a really good game against a good Rams team. I nothing but credit for the way in which Kyle Shanahan can run the team and be able to create an offense. And Mac Jones hooking up with Kendrick Bourne on a consistent basis, man, impressive. Equally impressive. Drake May and this Patriots team going on the road, beating the Bills. This is awesome to watch Drake May put everything on display that made me believe in him as a quarterback, truthfully. And it just point blank period. And his performance was awesome. I was so excited. For those that do not know, I covered Drake May and that game against the Bills for Max Monday Morning Quarterback. Go check that out on the channel after this. Seattle Seahawks, tough game at home to the Buccaneers. Not going to drop them out the playoff teams, though. They're going to be battling with the Commanders for that aspect of it. Steelers on a bye week. They stay in the playoff teams tier. Like I said, Commanders, good win on the road at the Chargers, who move ahead of them. Vikings, they split their London Dublin, double hitter over the last 2 weeks, get a win over the Browns in a little bit comeback fashion. Got Jordan Addison out of the doghouse for what he was obviously punished for some issues that he had while in England. Ultimately able to still get that game-winning touchdown as well. Staying afloat with Carson Wentz right now and staying in the hunt as well. Bears on the bye week, staying in the hunt. Falcons on the bye week, staying in the hunt. Texans, dominating performance against the Ravens, which was easy to see coming given how bad their defense was, but still good to see the offense get back on track. Cardinals, just an inexcusable, terrible loss, 2-3 now to the Titans at home. I don't know how they decided to lose this game. They lost this game in a terrible way. Interception that turns into a fumble that turns into a touchdown for the Titans. They should not have lost this game. And obviously that's even before you get to the DeMarcado fumble right before you get into the end zone too, which is also inexcusable. So Cardinals may be in danger of going down to meh. Cowboys, Dak Prescott, another great performance, absolutely beat up on the Jets. No surprise there. Ravens, again, they're decimated. They're going to be very bad in my opinion until they get Lamar Jackson back coming out of this bye week. Bengals just traded for Joe Flacco, so that tells you how that game versus the Lions went. That's all you need to know. Giants back to earth after the Jackson Dart kind of coming out party versus the Chargers. Go on the road, lose to the Saints ultimately. Trying their best. So like I said, Saints at home, Spencer Rattler doing what he can do. Defense did frustrate Jackson Dart at times. Good job by the Saints to get the win. Panthers, almost said Panthers. Dolphins ultimately end up not getting the win against the Panthers. Tua Tagovailoa still had a solid enough day getting the ball to Darren Waller and Jalen Waddle and replaced, obviously, of Tyreek Hill. Cleveland Browns, again, tough. Trade away Joe Flacco, be able to put Dylan Gabriel out there. Had a solid enough game for his first game. Not gonna lie about that. Had a solid enough game. All things considered, start off getting the ball to the tight ends early on. Crenshaw Judkins is so fun to watch. This is our excellent rookie class outside of the quarterbacks. For the Cleveland Browns, in my personal opinion. Carson Sweatshirt is playing really well. Mason Graham's playing very well. Quishad Judkins looks like a hit as well. Harold Fannin Jr. has really provided an interesting spark and wrinkles to their offense too. So good draft class for the Browns. We'll see how Dylan Gabriel progresses, as it will be obviously him for the foreseeable future now that Joe Flacco is traded away. And we'll see if it ends up being Shedeur Sanders somewhere later on into the year as well. Panthers win at home against the Dolphins. Raiders absolutely embarrassed versus the Colts. Titans get their first win. Tip of the cap to Cam Ward. First win in Cam Ward's career. Obviously was able to get that game-winning drive, all things considered, even for how it may have happened. And the Jets, just pathetic. The defense is bad. The offense shows signs of life when the game doesn't matter. So that is the unfortunate reality of the Jets right now. So that is your week 5 power rankings. Again, make sure you guys tune back in. We'll have edition of Max Marquee Matchup coming up this week, Fantasy Fridays with Mandy, and get things ready for you guys as we get into the money makers for the weekend. Peace out, y'all.